Hello, 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 hello. Oh my god, it's Wednesday. I just got out of a doctor's appointment, so my brain is clicking along, but it's doing that Gemini fragmentation thing. I am a double Gemini. The amount of twinning going on inside my brain is a lot. But this is about finding yourself again anyway, so this is perfect in a way. Just illustrating by somebody, I'm somebody who can get lost. That was a rooster. I'm sitting right next to somebody's yard and a rooster just crowed. So if you're finding yourself getting lost and that rooster's crowing for you, that's a confirmation. So, I just found some passion flowers. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. That rooster just threw everything off. This is what I'm talking about with fragmentation. Finding yourself again is a hard thing to do. Women, especially, I know men can do this too, especially if their mom was single and they took up the mantle of responsibility with that. But you can get stuck in people pleasing to the point that you really forget your own personality. You don't even know what you like. You don't know what your preferences are. You don't know what your turn-ons are. You don't know what lights you on fire. You don't know how to spend your time other than watching TV, drinking, or playing games. Nullifying your perceptions becomes the thing to do, in a way. So, what I mean by nullifying your perceptions is it just giving so much of yourself that you have nothing left for yourself, will neutralize your spirit. It's like negative. It just goes into blankness. And you will break out of that at some point. You'll start to wake up, but you won't exactly know where to start, what you even like, what you want to spread out and do, how to cultivate more of yourself, how to take up space. You don't even know what part of you is available for the space to be taking up, right? So it's like, you might not even know what your preferences are. You're so used to taking on the personality of people around you that it's like you're a cup, you're water in a cup. You take on the shape of any container you have instead of, becoming the container. That rooster's cracking me up. To be fair, I parked right by his yard, so. The best thing, the way I did this, the way I undid this, I grew up in an environment where my personality was unacceptable. Just being myself was unacceptable, so I masked a lot. And then I got married really young at 18 and meshed my personality in with his and really lost myself from there. And then I had to dig my way out. When I started digging my way out, it was accompanied by meditating, and the more I meditated, the more I realized I had to put things into action. So I started stretching and doing yoga. But then I also reconciled with the fact that I was desperate, right? So I was going into anything that I could possibly grasp onto. Nobody's teaching me these things. I'm on YouTube trying to find answers, but when it comes down to applying knowledge, that's all going to come down to you anyway. Regardless, because you're the only one that can do anything for yourself. So I was in an apartment with my ex-husband. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. We were different rooms, but we were still sort of sharing the same environment. And the walls of this apartment were paper white, not landlord special white. They were paper white. And it made me feel like I was in an insane asylum, to be honest. It made me feel cuckoo crazy. So I started canvases and paint. I had a bunch of paint, but I didn't have canvases. So I got a bunch of canvases and I started painting after painting after painting after painting after painting. And I always loved painting as a kid, But integrating that childhood love of painting into my present moment when I was trying to transform myself was exactly the intersection I needed. I discovered a way to play through, literally, physically play, spiritually play, like a child, through some of my most excruciating moments, and I brightened my environment through this action. I wasn't painting landscapes. I wasn't painting... Oh, hi, Lisa. I wasn't painting, anything spectacular. It was like paint blobs. I was blobbing paint, splash painting, being just general creativity. And then I started buckling down and writing a blog, which was basically the beginning of what I do now. It was on WordPress. It still exists, but I don't fuck with blogs. I hardly ever write like I used to back in the day. I love writing, but at the same time, there's a big part of me that loves talking to you like this. In the subway, probably, oh yeah, I see. Well, you know what? Thank you for coming. I appreciate you just coming and just sitting with me as long as you can. I love you. So play was a huge way of rediscovering myself, honestly. I don't think there's another way, just dancing, anything that, honestly, it sounds so fucking cliche to say inner child reconnection. But if you don't reconnect with the things that you loved as a kid, you can't find out who you are as an adult. There's just no fucking way to reconnect with who you truly are at your core if you don't go back there to your childhood. Play. You need to play. If you liked Play-Doh, take a fucking ceramics class. If you liked paint, get canvases and break all the rules. Start fucking painting. Dance. Especially if you're self-conscious. I'm so mad. I'm using my fist. Especially if you're self-conscious. Double down. Dance anyway. Learn. Take a dance class if you're nervous and don't feel like you're going to hurt yourself moving, of course. Take a Zumba class I took belly dancing class at one point. Hardly ever anybody knows that about me. I know how to belly dance a little bit. I did a beginner class, not an intermediate or anything, but I know the basics. Play is so fucking important. Play therapy is so fucking important to realigning your spirit, getting into your nervous system and unkinking the kinks from way too much caffeine, mental overload, Gemini season. Especially Geminis love to play, but honestly, we have to switch the flip. Flip the switch ourselves. We have to do that manually. We have to choose to turn that on and play. It's a bold move. You think I'm just fucking talking out of my ass, but I swear, playing is this rooster is killing me, dude. Play therapy has been the most monumental thing that I've ever started to integrate. And, the side thing is like people like Eliza come around and call me cool at my age. And other people call me cool. And I'm never struck out to be cool. I just struck out to be authentic and find myself. Find my baseline. And once I found that baseline, I fell in love with her. She's fun. I prefer my own company. I'm fun. So the cool thing came along after that. I don't make myself miserable to be with myself. This rooster. I had no idea when I pulled up by this spot. I like it because it's a little naturey. It's in the shade. But, it's distracting too at the same time. So, I don't know. That's my message of the day. If you're really so lost that you don't even know who you are, if you feel so desperate, so locked in your head, that you're putting out vibes where it's actually offensive to people to be around you because your neediness, it's not bad to have human needs, but it's bad to be needy. Making other people do the inner work for you, or emotional labor for you when you should be doing that yourself to reconnect with yourself and being in that zone of play and creativity where you can bloom truthfully within your own self. Nobody should tell you what you like. Nobody should tell you how to act. Nobody should tell you how to feel. Nobody should be so important to you that you forget what your baseline is. But we do this as human beings. This is part of the condition that we all face at some point. I'm sure there's some people who don't go to the extent of people pleasing that they lose themselves, but are they a sociopath? You know? I don't know anybody that I personally deal with on a daily basis that hasn't had issues with people pleasing. Like, that's just us. So I think birds of a feather flock together. I don't really deal with sociopaths or narcissists unless they're really hidden and they're cloaking who they are and what they do. I just had somebody walk by my car and I'm in the boonies. But she's going to do what I'm going to do in 5 seconds and start taking some fruit, I swear to God. I see a loquat and some passion flower. This girl, she's cracking me up. She's like 60. But anyway. You can't find your passions without play. I don't think you can. I don't know of any other way. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's nothing more liberating than setting your mind free and being creative. I am so much of a 12th houser. I am a Sun Square Neptune person that also, I need to be set free. I need to lose track of time. I need to be alone. I need to know my baseline. I need to play. And I want somebody to join me in that, but I don't need you. You know? That's not who I was when I started on this journey. I needed people. I didn't want people. I was needy. I was desperate. And I'm not that anymore. I'm not that anymore. If you want to join me on this journey, you're welcome to. There's a seat at this table for you. If you're as cool as me, if you know how to play and be creative, we can hang out. But I'm still going to want my me time every now and then. That's what I likes. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short. I have to go grocery shopping. But my doctor's appointment just now was just a regular stop in at my primary. Because I've been getting labs. I've been doing all this stuff. Making sure I'm staying on top of my endocrine system, my hormones. And taking care of, little things like cholesterol and blood sugar and thyroid, and making sure that I'm looking at all my numbers and having everything stay as balanced as possible. I'm pretty fucking healthy, but I like to stay there. I want to stay in preventative care. So, aside from grocery shopping, I am seriously going to go steal some passion flower vines right now. Maybe some loquats, because that lady didn't take the fruit off the tree. She just kind of cruised it. But I'm actually going to be that bitch. I do not care. I do not care. It's hanging over a fence. I want some. I'm going to propagate that fucking passion flower. You have no idea how long I've been wanting some passion flower vines that actually fruit. And I am looking at fruiting passion flower vines right in front of my face. This is like a gift from God. Ugh, I love it. Anyway. Gonna go grab my dad some bread because I don't really eat it anymore after this. But that's my live. If you're lost and you're just passionless, start fucking playing. Play hooky. Close the phone. Stop playing video games unless that's what you like doing as a kid and you haven't done it in a long time, and that's what's going to reconnect you to your inner child. Alright? That's the only way I would allow video games, but I want to severely encourage you not to disconnect from yourself. I feel like that's a good way to disassociate. I don't want you to disassociate. I want you to integrate instead. So I think that's all I need to say on this subject at this very moment. If I need to revisit it again, I will later. But I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I hope everybody's well. It's Wednesday, so Wellness Wednesday, interlaced with passion and play. Let's do it. I love you guys.